So with Dragon Ball Daima recently introducing Super Saiyan 4, a lot of people have been questioning how Daima can really connect to Super. And I'm sure that they could have explained this away by saying, oh, it's a Demon Realm exclusive power up or whatever. But there's some other things in the show that don't really line up with Super. But either way, that's not the point of discussion today. It's no secret that Dragon Ball is not as well respected as it used to be. We kind of have Super to partially thank for that, but I really don't think it's necessarily Super itself, but also just the fact that Dragon Ball's gone on for so long that it's kind of joined the list of franchises that just don't know how to end, so you kind of don't care anymore. I'll give you an example. When Shrek 5 or Toy Story 5 was announced, people weren't hyped for that. They're just like, oh, okay, I guess, sure. That's the same kind of reaction we've been getting from Dragon Ball lately. But, it wasn't always like that. There was a period of time in which, Z was over, and other than GT, which was only questionably canon, there was really no other Dragon Ball content that was coming out. Or canon content, that is. See, there's this sentiment going around that Dragon Ball should just stop. And they should just end. They should stop making content for it. And I do kind of agree with that sentiment. But, before Super, we did get content. Like movies and games and OVAs. Like a lot of non-canon stories. And we could still be getting that. Things don't have to be canon to be good. I mean, look at other franchises, right? Like Lupin the Third or James Bond. Sure, these are other types of franchises. But in this case, right? It doesn't matter what's canon. Each movie is just telling its own story. And right, like I said, I know that there are different kinds of franchises. But what I'm getting at here is that I think Dragon Ball could transition to being like that. I mean, look at Z Broly and its movie, right? Lots of people love that Broly, and it's non-canon. And that actually goes for more non-canon material than just Broly. But on the flip side of this, right? Let's take Dragon Ball's latest movie, Superhero. There's some mixed feelings on it, but overall, people had a good time with it. And yeah, it's canon. It's technically canon, but it really didn't have to be. Other than the transformations that Gohan and Piccolo get, there's really nothing in the movie that affects, the continuity of the story. Honestly, if this was just another non-canon story, it would really make no difference to me. I'd still enjoy it just the same. So why not just have more content that's like Daima, but without even worrying about being canon? I mean, in a way, it's almost like Daima didn't worry about being canon. You would have the events of the Dragon Ball manga as a base, and then tell stories around that. I mean, if you think about it, that's really the one common point between all the content. GT, Super, Daima, they all just revolve around Z and, original, the manga, right? But honestly, they could have it take place wherever in the timeline. It doesn't even necessarily have to be after Z. It could be like the Z movies where they're just in the middle of the story. It doesn't matter if they don't make sense. It's just more content, right? And if they stop worrying about canon, they could just focus on just telling good stories. And really, I think that's what Toriyama had in mind when he made Daima in the first place. He probably wasn't all that concerned with continuity like everyone else is. He probably never has been. He just wanted to have fun and tell a good story. Unfortunately, we don't have Toriyama anymore to give us great stories. But if anything, I feel like that's more of a reason to put the canon story to rest. If we want more Dragon Ball, let's explore it in a separate space that gives other authors and directors a shot to tell their story. I love Dragon Ball, but the truth is, the only one who truly knew what Son Goku's next adventure was is Akira Toriyama.